Stagnation, it's your boy Present. Welcome back to the channel. You know what time it is. Actually, I have some coffee today. Let's see. Listen, McDonald's coffee, it's rough, okay, but it's doable, you know. Hey, I want to thank you guys for coming back to the channel. Thank you for clicking on our video. It really means a lot to us. We know you could be watching any other video out there, but you're out here hanging with the Stack crew, making crypto gains with the Stack crew. I love it. So Double O is out today, still in Nigeria. I think he's having a good time, breathing that fresh air from the motherland, I would say. But let's jump right into the show today. Today we're going to be doing some TA. Well, not necessarily deep TA. We're just going to be taking a look at where some things stand and some things that we're interested in jumping into, right? So we're going to be looking at Bitcoin, we're going to be looking at Compound and Polkadot. That will be DOT, right? That's what the ticker is going to be. And once we jump into the news, we're going to be talking about Vitalik Buterin outlines the end game. Can crypto boost and aid the African economy? And why did Bitcoin drop in the first place? That's what we're going to be looking at. But before we jump into that, I'd just like to remind everyone, on December 17th to the 19th, we teamed up with our friend Ronnie for the RONNIE'S cryptocurrency masterclass. We're going to be teaching anyone who is interested in learning how to stake, how to swap on decentralized exchanges like PancakeSwap, yield farming, and of course how to use some crypto wallets. At least 3 crypto wallets we're going to be going over. Well then, with no further ado, let's jump right into it here. Bitcoin currently trading at $51,527. Here's the interesting thing with the situation. Obviously everyone saw Bitcoin kind of take a massive plunge over the past couple days, fell from about $57,000 there, made it all the way down to about $42,000. Now, when we did our technical analysis a couple days ago, actually we did a whole video where we named the video Bitcoin was not going to make it to 100K this year. Well, we kind of clickbaited it a little bit, but we're learning. Anyway, so Bitcoin made it down there to about $42,000, which was, it was rough. I thought it was definitely going to be dropping much further, and we're going to be looking into why this happened. Obviously, there was a lot of liquidations and things like that. But the thing is, currently, it is kind of holding this support here at 49,000. It held that support at 49,000, and now it's pushing back. I do not think that this is going to keep moving up. But that's just me, because the thing is, we have fallen below the 20, 50, 100-day moving average as well, and that is a major one. And even more crazy, we have fallen below that 200-day moving average. Yes, of course, now we've kind of pushed back above it, but falling below the 200-day moving average, it's a tough one, right? Because that's supposed to be a pretty strong support level there as well. The other thing that we'll notice as well is that we're pretty much looking at our Fibonacci retracements here. We're way below that 0 Fibonacci retracement line, and once you fall below that, things tend to be quite bearish, right? I would say we're in the bear market. I don't know, what does it take to be considered to be in the bear market? Because I still see a lot of people saying that, I still see a lot of people with all this bullish sentiments, and I don't know. I think for me, I believe I just think some of it is unrealistic. I could be wrong, but at the same time, it's like when you look at the way the market is looking at right now, and you're saying that Bitcoin is going to make it to 100K by the end of the year. I mean, we're already in December. This is what, December 4th or 5th? It's not like, so I mean, a lot of things took a massive plunge in the past couple of days, right? So Bitcoin 51K, Ethereum has been kind of wavy. It's been up and down, about 4,400 as well. But let's go back into the Bitcoin chart there. So, I mean, the bottom line is Bitcoin, this is one of the ones that I'm clearly loading up on. I've just been really taking a deeper dive into Bitcoin, looking at the Lightning Network and some of the really cool things that are coming up on the Bitcoin blockchain as well. So totally something to look into. Definitely going to be averaging or we're not averaging down, but buying more Bitcoin. Moving on then, the next coin that I'm looking to buy is Compound. Now, if you know Compound is one of those ones which is heavily, it's a decentralized finance coin, right? You can do some staking, you can do some yield farming, things like that. But it's built on Ethereum. And even though the gas fees are atrocious, it is still a very solid project. If you're looking at it from just like a price action standpoint, right? If you're just trying to make money from just holding the coin itself, which is also something that I'm looking to do, this is a good one, right? A good time to be getting into it, I would say. Definitely not financial advice. Please do your own research, right? So Compound made it to an all-time high of about $909, right? So I'm just gonna draw a line there. And this is one of those ones that I totally missed it when the move happened, and we have fallen about 78% from the top there to where we are now. And we're currently sitting at, let's see, a previous support level that we've seen before back in June, and we've also seen the support level back in January, right? And now I think that this should be able to hold at this point. If it continues to fall, I mean, that's fine as well. But for where it is right now, I think that this is a good point to be loading, right? And maybe catch the move to the upside again when that happens. Once the cycle flips over, I think that this is one of those projects that I expect to still be around, and I expect that it would probably be making a move. So Compound is one of the ones that I'm going to be loading for sure. Currently below the 200-day moving average, way below the 200-day moving average at this point. The 200-day moving average for me here. Just one moment. Let me adjust this situation here. God, my stuff is always very messed up. All right, so the 200-day moving average is the white line which you see at the top there. So even the 100-day moving average is also fallen below that 200-day moving average. Compound has not been having a good time. That has just been ripping to the downside, and I think this is, a beautiful place to be getting it. $227. That is where we are now. So that is one of the ones that I think, hey, is a great opportunity to be buying it at this point. Again, not financial advice. Moving on, the next one and the last one, which I'm going to be looking into as well, which we're not even looking into. I already started buying some more of these. I had some Polkadot. Polkadot is one of those blockchains that is all about interoperability, right? So being able to jump between blockchains, totally cool stuff. It's been the price action on it has been lazy. Nonetheless, it's a pretty cool project for sure. Also falling below that 200-day moving average, falling below the 100-day moving average, which definitely I would say that's at that point is like bear market territory there. Once you're below that 100-day and the 200-day, definitely the 200-day moving average, you're in the bear zone, right? So we're way below there. $29 what it's trading for right now. Had an all-time high of $55, and it's really cool because with this one, you can see that the Fibonacci retracement literally just captured the whole chart as it is. The all-time high is right there at, oh, actually, let me flip this. Oh, why is this always flipping itself? Anyway, there you see the all-time high is right there at the 1 Fibonacci retracement. So if we break above that at any point in time in the future, we definitely know that we're ripping away to the upside. The next resistance point is definitely going to be around that $70 price point there. But in the meantime, we have fallen below the 200-day moving average and the 100-day moving average, looking very bearish right now. Yeah. I mean, Polkadot is absolutely taking the beating right now. But I think for me, I'm just going to keep buying a little bit more. I actually have to average down on this one. That's what it is. Because I'm right. But these are the 3 coins that I'm certainly looking to load in this bear market we are in right now. So moving on to the news then. Vitalik Buterin outlines endgame roadmap for Ethereum 2.0. The ETH launch process began in November 2020. The network switch to proof of stake is expected to make ETH a deflationary asset. I think it already is at this point. Actually, Ethereum reached its first week of negative issuance about a month ago. That is when the blockchain is burning more coins than actually coins that were mined or issued. So Ethereum co-founder Vitalik Buterin has outlined his vision for a plausible roadmap for ETH2, presenting a future where the largest smart contract platform, now let's call it what it is now, that's great. The largest smart contract platform can increase in its scalability while meeting high standards for trustless and censorship resistance. Increasing its scalability while meeting high standards for trustlessness and censorship resistance. There's something interesting there. Let's keep reading and I'll see. Something is off about that. In a Monday post titled Endgame, Buterin presented a thought experiment for how the average big blockchain, defined by very high block frequency, high block size, and thousands of transactions per second, can still be considered sufficiently trustless. I knew there was something wrong about that statement. Sufficiently trustless and censorship resistant. The obvious trade-off for this level of scalability is centralization of block production. I knew there was something off about it. That is exactly what I thought it was. Okay, so here's the deal. Obviously, in the past couple of videos, you guys have probably heard Kenya and I mention the trilemma. When it comes to the blockchain, right, there's kind of two things. You have scalability, speed, and you know, frequency and size of transactions, and then you have security, and then you have decentralization, right? True trustlessness. It is interesting the way they have changed your language here. Trustlessness instead of just saying decentralization. So it sounds to me like Ethereum is throwing in the rag, man. Decentralization is no longer their game. I don't know why I feel a little bit disappointed inside, but it is what it is. I mean, you know, it's cool. The obvious trade-off for this level of scalability is centralization of block production. Buterin's solution, as presented in the blog post, did not address the centralization issue, but still provide a roadmap. For implementation. Well. Look, it seems from what if I'm understanding this correctly, and you guys let me know what you think in the description. But I think one of the biggest things that we're trying to solve for when it comes to the cryptocurrency or the blockchain space is decentralization, right? That is something that we have to consider. We always have to keep that in the back of our heads, because decentralization is one of the biggest things. It's about taking back control of our financial future and our economic power, if you will, instead of leaving it in the hands of, you know, banks and things like that. So with that in mind, I don't think that this makes Ethereum any less attractive. We just need to call it what it is. It's more like a company versus a blockchain, if you will, right? And it's very clear right now that it is, you know, that it's not as decentralized, which makes Bitcoin still the king. I get it, like people call Ethereum the Bitcoin killer, but there is nothing is the Bitcoin killer, right? There are things that I can list, a couple things that are an Ethereum killer: Solana, Cardano, whenever they decide to start moving, but nothing is Bitcoin. And I think that one of the best things Satoshi did was to just create this thing and disappear. So hey, we'll see what this does to gas fees though. That's where the big issue is. I don't know why I felt a little bit disappointed that it was not decentralized, but whatever, let's keep it moving. Institutions took crypto profits amid shaking macro picture, trading execs say. Cryptocurrency traders have been griped by the drawdown that executives in the market say is tied to institutional selling. Who is executives in the market? Executives in the market say is tied to institutional selling. The price of Bitcoin plunged to 43K. I think it was a little bit lower than that, wasn't it? Let me see. Bitcoin. Let's see. No, it was 42K. But you know, maybe at the time of this writing, the price of Bitcoin plunged below 43K. Overnight Saturday, falling from highs near 57K during Friday's session, while the price of Bitcoin has since pared some of those losses, trading above 49k at the time of this writing. Okay, it's a bit of an old article. Trading executives tell the block that the large institution selling triggered a broader market shift. Yeah, so obviously what happened with the drop with Bitcoin was that, you know, you had some people wanted to collect profits, right? The big pockets wanted to collect profits. So as they started selling, this led to some massive liquidations. I think it was over $2 billion as well in Bitcoin liquidated, 2 billion liquidated in hours as Bitcoin prices tumbles from 53k. So obviously this will also now knock all of this, all of these positions that are leveraged, if you will, all these margin positions, and it's going to sell them, which is going to further knock down the price of Bitcoin. And this is why we find ourselves in such a low place right now, which is okay. I mean, it's a buying opportunity. That's what I would say. It's a buying opportunity. One thing that is interesting, and you know, we like to tell people to be patient, hodl. You know, this is why we have internet communities on the internet, right? We're on public and things like that, and we try to share our little experience that we have. It's not much, but we've been through a cycle. We know what happens. We've experienced it. We've lost. Okay. And I was speaking to someone on Twitter. Essentially, they alluded to the fact that they had sold your Bitcoin. And someone was asking them, like, well, why did you sell your Bitcoin? Like, you know, you're supposed to buy more. And this person said, I will get back in when it comes back up. I'll just leave that there. Okay. But this is why all these liquidations happen. And this is why Bitcoin is where it is. I definitely bought some more. I cannot, you know, every time I sold my Bitcoin, I've regretted it for sure. I've regretted it. That's no doubt. I've never had an asset that I sold it and I regret selling it every time I do. So it's an interesting one. Africa. Experts believe a common crypto can boost trade and economic recovery. Okay. Africa for long has been a significant contributor towards innovation and adoption in the cryptocurrency sector. This is very true. With several African countries ranking high on adoption indexes, digital assets have emerged as a financial solution for many that had earlier felt left out. Now, as the industry evolves within the continent, financial experts are devising what the next collective step by government and lawmakers could be. I think we all know what the next step is, you know, engage in some crypto adoption, right? Stop banning crypto. Allow the people to do it. I mean, I think buying crypto is your right, you know, but let's not say that to the African leaders. They'll come for your head. Speaking at the 2021 African Economic Conference, experts opined that the creation of a common cryptocurrency could boost trade in Africa and aid economic recovery from the COVID-19 crisis. Yes, you know, Africa in general, I think one of the best things that can happen for Africa right now is for Africa to have the tools to pull themselves up. This is the number one biggest reason why I'm so bullish on Cardano, because the stuff Cardano is doing in Africa is absolutely incredible. It's different from anything that I've ever seen growing up. Obviously, growing up, you always see like... I mean, there were charities left and right, you know, help, you know, donate money for this kid, commercials on TV all the time with like, you know, you just see like this one kid with a fly hanging on his eyeball, you know, and it's like, blink, my guy, let the fly go, you know. But I think that stuff was just not the right way. I don't feel like it was the best way to go about it. I mean, I grew up in Africa and I, you know, maybe not in as bad situations as others who were in war zones and things like that, but for the most part, I think that if people in Africa can have the tools, which are tools that we have in the first world country, we just don't think of it as tools, because for us it's just more like everyday convenience in life, right? A bank account, an ID card, access to credit. These are all things that Cardano is definitely working on heavily in Africa, and I'm very excited. I agree with this article. I think that this will definitely put Africa in the economic, in the global economic realm in a stronger way, right? So that's pretty cool. Now, I was laughing at the beginning of this price alert. Sorry about that. I was laughing at the beginning of this because we're talking about Africa and cryptocurrency. Yet we have pictures of lions. Leads me to wonder, why did you select pictures of lions? Let's see, who wrote this article? Well, ma'am, I will tell you, the feeling I got when I saw that your decision was to go with pictures of a lion when we're talking about cryptocurrency. You know, there's a bunch of different pictures you could have used, you know, like let's say, yeah, you could have used something like that, you know, but you didn't. You could have used something that looks like that, but you didn't. You could have used something that looks like that, but you didn't. Or like that, but you didn't. We'll leave it alone. Anyway, until next time, thank you so much for watching. We are at 121 subscribers, by the way, and slowly growing away. We have some pretty interesting content coming up. We've recorded some educational videos. We're recording some educational videos as well, which is just going to be more on the decentralized space. So we're very excited to be releasing some of those pretty soon. Just give us a little bit of time. We're working on those. But until next time, Brazen out.